Hello children, this is Manish Yadav and today I am going to do the remaining portion of class 11th, that is the Ailing planet. Today we explained up to language unnamed in ignominious darkness. Today we have to do the remaining paragraphs of this chapter. Before starting the explanation, I want all the students to be focused and serious and attentive, as well as let you go through the text. One of the early international commissions with tilt inter alia with the question of ecology and environment was the Brand Commission, which had a distinguished Indian as one of its members. One of the early international commissions. There was so many commissions at the level of international. One of them dealt inter alia, just the collection of informations with the question of ecology, and he raises the question related to the ecology, atmosphere and environment. It was, that commission was Brand Commission. Okay, I think it would be clear to all the students. There was so many international commissions. One of the commissions, that is Brand Commission, which dealt inter alia with the questions of ecology and environment. He raises some questions related to ecology, atmosphere, and our environment, which had a distinguished Indian as one of its members. And there is a member, Indian member of its committee, and he is known as distinguished Indian. Okay, very laborious. Mr. L.K. Jha. What is the name of that member? L.K. Jha, Mr. L.K. Jha. The first Brand report raised the question, are we to leave our successors a scorched planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscapes and ailing environment? Mr. L.K. Jha, he raises the question, first question, that is, are we leaving our successors, our upcoming generations, a scorched planet, ailing planet, who would be surviving and suffering from a lot of disease and its wounds, advancing deserts? There would not be sufficient numbers of trees and greenery. It would be advanced desert, impoverished landscape, and the ailing, disbalanced landscape and environment. Means, what are we doing? Are we compromising the needs of our upcoming generation? Or we leaving an ailing planet and advanced deserts to our upcoming generation? Mr. Lister R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, points out that the Earth's principal biological system are four. Another member of this committee, he wrote in his thoughtful book, and the name of the book is The Global Economic Prospect. Okay, dear students, you must know each word carefully. In this chapter, you are being aware about your planet, the earth, which you stay and share along with 1.4 millions of other animals who also share this planet with us. In this paragraph, Mr. Lister, another member of Brandt Commission, he writes in his thoughtful book, and his thoughtful book's name is The Global Economic Prospect. He points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four. There are four biological systems of the Earth. They are fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands. This land has been divided into four parts by Mr. Lister R. Brown. He writes in his thoughtful book that there are four biological systems. They are fisheries, where people catch fishes, means water. Forests, second area that has been divided is forest, the area which is full of trees. Third, grasslands, where plain places and elevation of the earth is found. And croplands, this is the land which is fertile and useful to agriculture. So he has divided the land into four parts of it, and these are four biological systems: fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands. I hope it would be clear to all the students. And they form the foundation of the global economic system. And these systems, biological systems, they form the economic system of the globe. This globe where we stay is known as Earth. And in addition to supplying our food, these four systems provide virtually all the raw materials for industry except minerals and petroleum derived synthetics. In addition to supplying our foods, these four biological systems provide us food. These four systems provide virtually all the raw materials, and we could find much more raw materials for industry except minerals and petroleum, because these are synthetic, artificial, means man-made things, minerals and petroleums. These both, minerals and petroleum, derived synthetics. It is man-made, but raw materials are natural. It could be found naturally from these four systems. Next paragraph. In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level, a point where their productivity is being impaired. In large areas of the world, you could understand what does this line indicate. In larger areas of the world, human claims, we human being, we claims that these systems, what systems? Fisheries and forests, grasslands and croplands. These systems are reaching an unsustainable level. As I told you, the meaning of sustainable development, that development which is useful for the present as well as for the future generation. So these systems are reaching to the unsustainable, means opposite of that. It is only useful for the present moment. We do not think about the future generation and we fulfill our own needs without compromising their needs. So we human being claims that this is going to be unsustainable and disastrous development for our upcoming generation, a point where their productivity is being impaired. There will be a time when the productivity and fertility would be impaired and destroyed. When this happens, fisheries collapse. I mean, all the fishes would die, forests disappear, and forests, I mean, trees would be chopped and also destroyed. Grasslands are converted into barren wastelands, means deserts. Grasslands, where you could see grasses, green grasses, those places would be converted into deserts, barren wastelands, that land which is useless and futile. And croplands deteriorate. Croplands also would be changed into useless desert. In a protein conscious and protein hungry world, overfishing is common every day. The narrator describes about the protein consciousness. As we know, protein is the important element of our body and we need it in the sufficient amount of it so that we would be more and more energetic and healthy. So, in this protein conscious and protein hungry world, fishing is a common every day, means people are fond of catching fishes, and this is a great medium and source to get more and more protein by eating fishes. In poor countries, local forests are being decimated in order to procure firewood for cooking. In other poor countries, the narrator says about poor countries which is not yet developed and they do not have all the managements and facilities for providing firewood for cooking. What do? They decimate the forests in order to collect firewood. They destroy and cut the trees in order to get firewood for cooking and burning. In some places, firewood has become so expensive that what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. Firewood has become so expensive in some places. The narrator says that more costly, firewood has become more costly somewhere, that what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it, means fuel, the grain, the food, whatever they eat is not as much as expensive as what goes inside it, means fuel is more costly, more expensive than the food in those areas. Next line, since the tropical forests is, in the words of Mr. Myers, the powerhouse of evolution, several species of life face extinction as a result of its destruction. Dr. Myers, he says that the powerhouse of evolution, according to him, several are some of the species of life. There are so many animals and species. They are facing extinction, means they are going to be vanished. Nobody could see them in the future as the result of its destruction. If these resources, if these parts and systems of global economic system would be destroyed, trees would be cut, grasslands would be converted into wasteland, fisheries would be collapsed, and croplands would be converted into deserts. So it would be resulting extinction and vanishment of the some species in the world due to its destruction. It has been well said that forests precede mankind, deserts follow. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forests is now eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 millions acres a year. It has been well said, it is said that forests precede mankind. Okay, this is trees. I mean, this is mankind to precede forests and deserts follow. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forests is now eroding. I mean, trees are being cut and destroyed. Forests are being destroyed nowadays by the rate of 40 to 50 millions acre per year. Means we human being, people of the world, they destroy at least 40 to 50 millions acre forests in a year. This is the ratio. Okay, and the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. And the growing use of dung, you know dung, what is dung? This is provided by the cows and animals for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. This is known as a great natural fertilizer, the dung of cows, buffaloes, and animals. The World Bank estimates that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. The World Bank, it estimates, according to his calculation and catalog, that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed. Means, as much as we destroy the area of forests, we need to plant just 5 times more than that. Many plants and trees expected fuel wood demand in year 2000. Okay, means as far as we concern the demand or the requirement of fuel wood, it must be equivalent 5 times of destroying the planet or forests. So just we do hard work to get improved and improvement in our planet. That's it. I hope it would be clear to all the children, and they must study and revise whole paragraph once after watching this video. That's it. Keep learning.